So, as you know, we filmed last week's and this video. Michelle and I filmed those at the same time. We just, the discussion ended up being so long that we figured it would be best to divide it into 2 videos. So, we did a separate closing for this video, but we forgot to do a separate opening. This is part 2 of the Bromance series. Originally we thought it was going to be 3 or 4 parts, but we're thinking now it might be even more than that. But on to the video.
But you know, there was shows like what am I thinking? Knight Rider.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Michael and K.I.T.T.
Yeah, Michael and K.I.T.T, right? So K.I.T.'s a computer, but he has, you know, he has feelings. He knows when he's being insulted.
He has snark. He
Yeah.
can, and I think that's important in a bromance. When
Yeah.
they can. I love the witty one-liners and the snark and the.
Mm-hmm.
But also calling each other out when they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, or doing something that, you know, is selfish, or
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, that comes from that no fear of losing the friendship. Right?
Yeah. You know, it's sort of like with family.
But you can choose your friends. You can't choose your family.
But can you? That's rude.
But yeah, no, but you can. And
Yeah,
so
you can.
there's that.
But what I mean is, with family, a lot of times the reason we're more likely to get cranky with family is because we know that forgiveness is there.
Yeah.
Right? Well, most of the time. Most of the time, with good, healthy families, we know that forgiveness is there. And with romance, it's similar, where you know the forgiveness is there. You're not as afraid of completely losing the relationship because of one transgression or one error.
Yeah.
But in fiction, they like to build up conflict with those errors. As a writer, I know conflict is necessary, but I hate conflict. I don't like it at all. So I write it when it needs to be there, but when I'm watching a show or reading a book that the conflict in my mind is stretched out too far, it stresses me out. It gets me upset. I don't like it. Tucker's trying to open the door. Can you let him out? Baby, if you had opposable thumbs, there'd be no keeping you in here. So, yeah, when the conflict is taken too far, so for example on a TV series, when it's taken through too many episodes, first it stresses me out, but then I start to lose interest. Another series that you've never watched, but it's called Teen Wolf. And Scott and Stiles were the 2 main characters. And they had a really strong friendship, really strong bromance going on. They were friends since they were little kids. Please stand by, another kitten wants out. So yeah, Scott and Stiles were the 2 main characters, the best friends, the bromance in that show. And that was like for a long while. I don't know what season it was, but there was one season where there was this other male character that came into the mix. He had come into the mix actually the season before, I think, and it was established that he was a liar. He was no good. He was just a troublemaker. Pathological. I think they called him a sociopath at one point, and he met the criteria. Betrayed them so many times. Then Stiles kills a guy to protect himself. It was life or death. Kill or be killed. Then he doesn't tell Scott for some reason. So then this bad news guy that was there at the time goes to Scott and tells him what happened, but tells him, you know, he does the whole best way to tell, best lie is the one mixed with truth. Mm-hmm. So like he tells him everything that happened except for the motive. So then Scott is all mad at Stiles. Now, Murphy Napier pointed out once how she can't stand it when it's conflict that could be resolved with one conversation. Like, one conversation. If they just talked once.
Well, I don't know, but I think there are a lot of things in life where people don't have those conversations.
Oh, I know, but not for fiction. There has to be realistic reasons why that conversation isn't had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like if they actually get interrupted by stuff. He knew stuff. Anyway, I digress. Mm-hmm. On to your next one.
I think that's a part of knowing your, it's about knowing your audience, right?
Mm.
So if your audience wants the bromance part of, that's what's drawing them to the show.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is go,
take them apart, take the bromance away.
A bunch of episodes without that there. Unless you want them to recognize how important that is. But at the same time, it's going a little far. So, I don't know. There was Kit and Michael, which was kind of a cool little relationship that, again, built from them not getting along in the beginning, not thinking each other was the right one to be paired up with. Which happens, in life and in a lot of literature and movies where, there's two opposites paired up together, and it's whoever pairs them up sees how they both have, putting them together, if they can work together, not kill each other, can be a really good pair and really productive, right?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of working that out. But yeah, so Kit and Michael, Al and Sam on Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was really good too, and it's another thing of understanding each other. They have a professional relationship, but they're also friends. But they could talk things out, and they both had such different ways of looking at things that you could find somewhere in the middle the answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think I thought that was a really interesting relationship.
And then there was it was funny in MacGyver, in the classic MacGyver, he was like a one-man show.
For the most part,
yeah, no, there was Pete.
There was Pete, but then there was also, oh no, I'm mixing up, sorry, forget it, I'm mixing up another show.
What one?
Magnum P.I.
Oh, yeah, Rick and TC, no, different show.
Yeah.
But just his more bromances
came into it, but yeah.
Other bromances. But, no, MacGyver had Pete, but that was even later on. Pete didn't come into it. Funny story, Pete was in the pilot, I believe, but not as Pete. Played the nuclear power plant's boss, or whatever. And then they brought him back, I think, beginning of season 2, end of season 1, beginning of season 2. But anyway, but MacGyver was mostly on his own, especially for the first season. And there was an episode, it was called Prodigal, and it was season 1, episode 9. And I loved that guest character, and I loved it was just for one episode, but I loved the bromance between them. Like, I think it was like the beginning stages of a bromance, because it didn't have time to become a real bromance.
No.
But the beginning stages, it could have been a bromance. What could have been was what could have been. And it was, it was Frank, played by Robert Romanus. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. And his brother, Frank's brother in the episode, the character, was actually his brother in real life. So they looked a lot alike, they sounded a lot alike, and yeah, it was really well done. But yeah, that, even before MacGyver came back in reruns, before I got it on DVD, that episode stuck with me. It was my favorite episode of all time. That and Nightmares, which didn't have bromance in it. It had Runaway Girl. But yeah, really stuck with me that whole time. So
another one that stuck with you is, Stand By Me.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So So
I can't count the number of times I watched that movie.
that was Will. What's his name? Will Wheaton, right? And River Phoenix. But who are the characters they played on that?
Gordie and Chris.
Gordie and Chris, yeah. That was another kind of relationship. Where, again, you're looking at two individuals who are very different, come from very different backgrounds, right? But build this friendship that lasted a lifetime, really. And even though they didn't see each other a lot as they became adults, they still, you know, had that close bond, right?
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
And that was one of those ones where the friendship leaked into real life. Like Will Wheaton and River Phoenix were really good friends after during the movie and after the movie. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna let Michelle do the closing this time. I just dropped that on her.
She just dropped that on her.
So much fun.
We had fun.
We did.
Hope you did too. If you have a comment, you want to say something, please leave a comment below. We'll be reading them, checking them out. And if you liked it, hit that like button. And
subscribe.
Subscribe, yeah. Smash that subscribe button. That is how she builds her channel. So please let us know what you think.
And be sure to click the bell.
Yeah, to get notifications. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. That was fun.
Okay, baby. Go left. No.
Oh, tuck my water back in. You looked up. Come back in, baby.
I'm not letting you back out. Yeah.
You're so mean to him.
No, I'm not. He's a cat. I know what he's thinking. He's just going to get on the other side. Shelly will get on the other side of that door, and then they'll both be at it again.
Fair. Okay. Hold on. One sec. That hair I keep seeing through the corner of my eye. It's attached. Ow. Okay. Come on.
I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Feel free to leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.
If you like the video, subscribe.
Talk to you guys later. Blah, 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 blah.
And knowing your
You'll